I finally bought some comics at a tag sale. Hey everybody, welcome to Philobox Comics. My name is Rich, and tag sales, yard sales, for me, have not been something I've able to score comics at in decades. I moved to Connecticut in 2017, and up until the weekend, I had only found comics at one tag sale. Overpriced comics at that. And on Friday, I saw a Facebook Marketplace ad for sale, and I was like, all right, wait, there's no address listed. I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, whatever. Saturday morning, I wake up. I just, for whatever reason, happen to go on Greg's list, and the same tag sale is there with an address. The heck with it. Tag sale started at 9. It's a little after 8, and I said, I'm just going to make a last second decision and go. And I'm glad I did. I was shocked. I was the first one there at around 8:35, and it was an awesome experience. Let's roll the footage of my first tag sale buy in decades.
All right, going to a tag sale. And I'm a Spurs fan, by the way. So there's my boy David Robinson. And we got some comic books. So we're going to dig in. All right, so we're going to start digging in.
Yeah, even later after you look through all this, if you have an idea of what you have, like for example, I have a duplicate of Marvel Premiere #1 with the first Warlock.
I know I'm missing a lot of Captain America's under issue 200. That's one I'm really trying to work on.
Okay. You don't need any Daredevil, do you?
I do.
You do.
I do. Also under issue 100, Iron Man under issue 100. Might have a lot of issues scattered about in those runs, but I'm missing stuff too.
Okay. I didn't bring it up here, but in a second, once I get one of the twins out here, I have a Daredevil box.
Okay.
That I got from my brother, and I've got 30s, 40s, 50s,
okay,
all the way up to 200, 300. You may find something in that box. Somewhere I have Avengers boxes, somewhere I have Iron Man boxes.
You got a lot of boxes.
Yes, I have a lot of duplication.
It might as well sell, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little better, but when you're talking 45,000 comic books,
that's a lot.
I got a mess.
Yeah, did you hear that, guys? 45,000.
Yeah, so it's like it's hard to keep everything together. But the Daredevil I happen to have. So let me get one of them out there.
Sure. I was just talking to the owner having a sale, and he, as you heard, has a lot of duplicates. I can't tell where we are camera-wise, guys. The light is literally right behind me. So I'm shooting kind of blind here. He said everything's mostly $1 to $2 in these boxes. If it's a first issue, it's $2. I'm, of course, looking for stuff on the list. Can't tell if I have that. I don't. The light is really... I don't know where I'm shooting right now. The sun is right behind me.
I've gone to places exactly when it opens, and they're like, somebody bought them all.
Really? Just bought them all?
Bought them all. It's like, man, that's the only reason I'm here.
Get out of here, B.
It's funny the stuff that comes out of this. Like, I didn't know that was in there. Which is good.
It's been a very interesting mix of new stuff, old stuff, and a lot of stuff I need.
Correct. So a lot of the newer stuff you'll actually see, because I tried to break it up Marvel, DC, Independent. And the smaller boxes, like the one I just pulled out here, were all the duplicates, like a lot of those werewolves. My cousin's brother used to collect, but they got kicked out of their house. So he had a box of comic books that he said, do you want them? I said, sure. I gave him $20 for the all box. No, it was one of these boxes down here.
Oh, you have stuff downstairs? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's comic books.
That's comic books too?
And that's comic books. These 3 boxes here.
Oh, jeez. All right, so I got a lot to go through.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it.
Should have had more, but I just didn't do it. But yeah, so I paid him the $20, and they were mid-grade. You know, it's like, and it wasn't the stuff that I knew he had. So somebody must have stole a box when they were leaving the house. So this was I gave him one of these boxes. That was not there. He just happened to have a box probably in a corner that nobody realized what they were. So I got them. So one of them was the first appearance of Moonlight.
Werewolf by Night
32.
number 32.
Yep. Was pretty beat up.
Hey, it's the first appearance. I would take a B copy out of the no copy I have
sold
right
it
now.
for $600.
All right, not that beat apparently.
$600 the guy paid for it. I felt bad. I gave him the second appearance for free. Yeah, well, they call me because I was consigned at the comic book store. I go to, I don't know if you're from this area. So I go to Heroes and Hitters.
Yeah, they have a sale today.
Really nice guy. Yes. Every time he has a sale, I'm doing either this or I'm visiting my parents in upstate New York.
50% off all bag and board, so I'm thinking of heading over to that.
Oh, okay.
Is it worth checking out?
It is. His prices are like right on like guide value.
Okay.
So at 50% off,
50% is worth it.
you're definitely getting the break. But when you go, you're not getting a break.
When I go, I'm not getting a break?
No. For example, that Marvel premiere that I have,
Yeah.
I would probably sell it for $300 or $400. He had his for $750.
Okay, he's going full
Correct.
retail.
So if I went in there and consigned, he probably would have said mine was only worth about $5.
I gotcha.
And it's hit or miss with him. I've gone there where he's had some incredible Silver Age comic books. But like I said, if it was worth $125, he's selling it for $125.
Okay. But at 50% off, maybe it's worth it.
Correct. Exactly.
Guys, I'm sorry, I can't see where I'm filming at all. I'm totally
Sorry,
blind.
interrupted you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's cool. No, it's good to have banter. Sometimes I forget to say stuff. That makes for a much less interesting video. As you saw, there were some interesting Spider-Man books in there, but I already have them, and just buying stuff I already have is not really on the radar. This is all personal collection buying today, which is usually all I do.
So I'm
We got
thinking,
something interesting here.
yeah, this is a German book. So I've had it in my collection for probably 20, 30 years. And I've actually pulled it to sell every once in a while. Nobody's ever bought it. So it looks old, so I was looking for the year. I couldn't find it. So I went to the back of the book.
Right? Oh, interesting back page, by the way. $1974? Oh! Look at that! You ain't selling it for $1 now.
Correct.
I have to say, the seller, Jerry, was such a great guy. He had some interesting stories, and he has a huge comic collection, which you heard. And it's always fun to score some comics, but meeting a really nice and gracious fellow comic collector really made my morning. All right, it's time to play What's in the Box? What's in the box? Noodles? No, it's comic books, of course. Before we get to the comics, though, I showed this at the start of the footage, and I did get the David Robinson starting lineup action figure. I don't know. My favorite player of all time in the NBA. Just my favorite athlete of all time. And I was there with my Spurs hat and a Spurs jacket on, and Jerry saw me grab this, and I was like, hey, I got to make sure I pick this up before I go. And he said, go ahead and take it. He gave it to me for free. That was just really nice. If he's watching the video, I can't thank you enough. This means a lot to me. So thank you for the David Robinson. But also, wait, there's more. He wasn't done with the free train yet. He had a stack of Tarzan books that I believe that were bound at one point, so the spines had 5 or 6 holes in them, so beat but complete, if you will. And he asked me if I had read Tarzan before, and I said no. And he's like, well, here you go. Go ahead and grab one to start your Tarzan collection. And I saw this, and I was like, well, for free, and this is a cool cover. I grabbed Tarzan 31 with Tarzan eating a banana. These are the old school Dell 10-cent Tarzans from Golden Age. I do like Dell Golden Age books. I saw this and I was like, okay. There was another book I was looking at that I was thinking of getting, but this one ended up winning. And then he says, go ahead and take another. So I did. I took issue number, and I'm looking on the back because some of these old Dell books, the issue numbers are not on the front cover. You literally have to open the book to see what issue it is, and then I ended up writing it on the backing board so I know, but this is issue 24, a 52-page book, Tarzan and Ape. I got Ape, Tarzan and Bananas. Perfect. I did flip through these, and they do look pretty interesting, so I am going to read them at some point in the near future. Let's now get to the stuff I actually purchased from Jerry. First up, and I just got his first appearance at Time Capsule recently in their big dollar sale. It is Black Goliath #1. This is a very short series from the 70s. I think it's only 5 or 6 issues. I didn't get the whole run, but I got a good chunk of it. We also got issue #2 and issue #3. He had mentioned in the footage that he had a bunch of Daredevil books and Avengers books. He didn't find them the day I was there, but I did find one Daredevil book that I did not have, and that was issue 114. I like this cover with Daredevil in the water and Man Thing sneaking up on from behind. And a quick aside here. I haven't researched this. I figured I'd reach out to the community before I do. What is up with Daredevil and Black Widow teaming up in the Daredevil title for like 2 years? I don't see it. Was this a case of Daredevil maybe wasn't selling well and Black Widow wasn't doing well enough for her own title, so he just threw them together to try to spice things up? I really don't get the two of them together. I haven't read that whole series yet of when they team up from issue 93 or 94, and it's for about 2 years. I don't understand it. Up next, this is a title I recently just started getting a lot of, and I just added 4 more issues to the series, if you will. It's the Giant Size run. We got Giant Size Dracula #2, and I think the first issue of Dracula is actually not Dracula, it's Giant Size Chillers #1, maybe? That's a pretty, for the 70s, there's some stuff going on in that cover. I mean, this is a classic Dracula pose. Dracula holding a person about to suck their blood. This is Giant Size #3. An annual collection of the Mystic Mage's greatest sorcery, excuse me. This would be the first and the last annual because there was only one issue, I believe, of Giant Size Doctor Strange, but there it is, issue #1, and I think these are all reprints of Strange Tales. I wonder if that's why the Giant Size books didn't do well, because they were a lot of reprints, or maybe the 50-cent price tag scared people away. I'm not sure. And last but not least, Giant Size Werewolf #5. I believe this is Werewolf by Night. I think it kind of looks like them, or is this literally just a random werewolf? This is also a title that started with a different name. I believe it was Giant Size Creatures #1, and then Giant Size Werewolf was 2, 3, 4, 5. So no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the combination of my match luggage. We picked up some Iron Man, which really helped knock out a good portion of the run after issue #62. I think I'm actually missing one issue between issue 62 and 332. And then quite a few before that, including #1. Anyway, we got Iron Man #81. The first appearance of Blizzard. This is issue #86. And we have issue #88. The Blood Brothers are back. This is a series I recently started because a buddy of mine had found one issue at a dollar book sale, or a Philobox sale, and I grabbed that, and now I've kind of locked into grabbing all of them, but it's Marvel Presents Guardians of the Galaxy. Not the Guardians of the Galaxy you might be used to if you haven't seen the older series. This obviously looks nothing like the MCU movies with Chris Pratt and Batista and company. This is issue #3. This is a minor key. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy's first appearance in Marvel Presents, and I also believe their first solo story. Interesting thing about this is the top of the book. See if you can see it. The light is kind of hitting. There's a little rip there. It was actually folded over when I bought it, so it looked like a little chunk of the book was missing. And I opened it up. I was like, oh, I can fold that over. And yeah, it still has a little rip, but it's not missing a piece anymore. So we got issue 3, issue #5, issue #8, and issue #9. I believe it goes to 12, and I'm missing, I think, 2 now. The first 2 issues of this series are the first appearance of Bloodstone. So I think it's Bloodstone in issue 1 and 2. And then it becomes Guardians of the Galaxy, because Marvel back in the day just liked to randomly switch who was the star of the title, or switch the name of the title, yada yada yada. Grab the Marvel Spotlight number 26, featuring Scarecrow, not the Scarecrow I'm used to. I'm used to either the one from The Wizard of Oz or Batman. This is neither. Another series I've recently started collecting, Werewolf by Night. We grabbed 4 issues, 21, 27, 28, and 35. This is another must die. Werewolf by Night wasn't messing around. I really started getting into the 70s Marvel horror with Werewolf by Night, with Frankenstein, with the Adventures into Fear books. There's some really great covers, and when I get a chance to read them, I'm sure probably that is a weird looking creature. Some really cool stories, too. And the last one, issue number 35. Death in the House of Hell. Oh, alrighty. That's not where you want to be. That wraps it up for the Marvel. I got one DC book. That is Batman 424. I'm working on a run of Batman 400 to 600. I used to own a full run of it. Because I was trying to limit all my comics to one room, I ended up selling it, which I really wish I didn't, because 423 was a $5 book then. But it's gone. But I'm working. I guess that's, a lot of collectors. They'll have a run, and then they either trade it or sell it, and now I'm pulling it together again. Anyway, I digress. Last 2 books I picked up from Jerry. I still need issue number 1 of this because I really, really want to read it being a Godzilla guy, but this is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I need number 1. I got 2 and 3, and I think it's a 3-issue series. If it's not, then I need more than that. And last but not least, this is a book that I've kind of always wanted, but it's one of those books where you see it and you're like, I want it, but I don't know if I want to spend a lot of money on it. And I didn't. This is Simpsons number 1, the longest running show, or one of the longest running shows in the history of television. It's certainly the longest cartoon, I believe. And it does have the giant poster. It's in great shape. And I saw this and I was like, yeah, I got to get it. I've always wanted it, and now I got it. Before the breakdown of what I paid, I had mentioned it had been decades since I got comics at a tag or yard sale, as in probably around 1990 when I was a kid. I remember getting a box of comics for about $20 full of Bronze Age. X-Men books in like the 130s, 140s, Frank Miller Daredevil, including 168 The First Electra, which I traded away way back when. A huge friend of mine was a big Daredevil fan, and I just traded all that Frank Miller stuff away for what I believe now would be filler Hulk books. They weren't all in the best of shape. They were all probably like 4s or 5s, but still, that's one of the trades I'm sure you guys can relate. We all make trades at some point in our life, and like, man, wish I didn't do that one. I also remember the time that I found 2 boxes of old Dell Disney books, all 10 centers and 12 centers. And I had asked the seller, and there was a little bit of language barrier, how much? And they said 15 cents each, so almost cover price. I asked how much for all of it, and then they started counting, and I'm like going through one box, and we really didn't really want to come up with a price. And an older lady came in and swooped in and grabbed the second box. Yeah, it sucks. I ended up getting maybe 20 books, if I remember correctly, for 20 or 30 books for like $4 or $5, whatever it was, and really nothing since then. It's been decades since I've gotten comics at a tag sale. Now, granted, I haven't put a ton of effort in, but whenever I'm driving around, I'll certainly look. Do I see any long boxes or short boxes? But I don't just get up and drive around or actively search it out. So it's been forever. Maybe I should. By the way, I did end up going to Heroes and Hitters after hitting up Jerry's, and he was correct. It was priced. Everything was priced to Overstreet when I got home. Looked it up. Yep, it's exactly to Overstreet. But I will say that was a great experience as well. Probably going to be in a future video. Back to the breakdown. I got 23 comics, plus the 2 Tarzan books and the David Robinson guy for $60. I thought that was a great deal. And I met a really cool comic collector who I certainly would buy from again if the opportunity presents itself. But not just for the comics, to talk comics too. He had a lot of stories. You didn't hear all the stories because I didn't film everything, but he had a lot of great stories. And just that, the fact that he has 45,000 comics. I'm looking at my house. I'm like, I got 90 short boxes. That's probably around 10,000. Now I got to quadruple that number. Hey guys, drop a comment below. How have you done at tag sales? Is it worth the time and effort to search them out either online, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist? What's the best place to find them? I know there's some tag sale sites or yard sale finder or whatever. What has worked for you, and have you found it worth it to go? And if you go, how early do you recommend getting there? 30 minutes, an hour, more? And also, because I've never been to one, what about estate sales? I've heard mixed things. I've heard that before the comic boom, you could find a lot of great deals and incredible books at a great price. But since the boom, they are extremely hit and miss, and I've heard some collectors say it's not worth it, especially since you need to get there, what, 2 hours early, 3 hours early? I don't really have that kind of free time to be in line for 3 hours. I really don't. But I am curious, are estate sales still worth it? If you've made it this far, make sure you hit the thumbs up. It does help support the channel. And subscribe to become part of the Fillbox community, where collecting comes first. All right, is that tacky? I don't know. Trying to know. Anyways, until next time, keep on filling a box.